Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 21 video. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys the best receivers to trade for, and this is in terms of, I'm accounting, of course, the age, overall, development trait, and how easy it is to trade for them. So if you guys are like, oh, why didn't you trade for Devontae Adams? Devontae Adams is almost literally impossible to trade for. This is about how easy it is to trade for wide receivers. I don't want to make it complicated. I want to make it simple, so that way everyone can get a free skill position. So first things first, we are trading away a 73 overall right tackle and a third round pick for Odentate. So it is a 76 overall, so that isn't really the highest overall. But first things first, since he is a low overall and he will be in his contract year in a year or two, it will be super cheap to sign him on a deal, and he has star development, and he will at least be an 85 overall by the time he starts to hit regression. And if you get him up to superstar dev, which is actually relatively easy to do because he is pretty good in simulation, if you put him in the slot, then he will probably go up to a 90-95 overall. Next on our list, we are trading a 69 overall right tackle and a 6th round pick for an even better receiver than Odentate, in my opinion, specifically a slot guy, Christian Kirk. Star dev, super young. I believe he's only 22 or 23 years old, so he is perfect. And Odentate, I forgot to mention, was 24 years old. So this is cheaper than Odentate. High overall. He has a higher overall by 3 whole overalls, and I think he's a whole year younger than him, and you get him from the Cardinals, so definitely pick this guy up. Next, we're trading away a left tackle who could have been a low overall, and I feel like you could have traded less to get this, but we get Mike Williams from the Chargers. He is 25 years old with star dev, and he is 3 overalls higher than Christian Kirk, but he is also about 3 years older, so I still think Christian Kirk would be a better option, and Christian Kirk is a little bit easier to trade for, but this is still another super easy player to trade for in terms of wide receivers, of course. So I feel like you could trade around a 75 overall left tackle for him. I don't think you need to stretch this far. Next, we're trading away a middle linebacker. I believe you can trade away a 75 overall middle linebacker and get this. Now pay attention to this. Nicole Hardman has 97 speed. Superstar dev, no, not superstar, star dev, and I believe he is 24 years old, and he's going to be an absolute freak in the slot. He will be the next Tyreek Hill if you can spike his development within the next 2 to 3 seasons in Madden. He will be a monster. Make sure you pick this up from the Kansas City Chiefs. Next on our list, we're trading away a 70 overall middle linebacker and an aging defensive back for Michael Pittman Jr. He is a 73 overall, but he is a rookie, and he has star dev beyond the hidden dev. Once you unlock his hidden dev, it is going to be a star dev. And he has a tall, lanky, skinny build, but he does beat routes. He is definitely a route runner. He doesn't have insane speed, but he definitely isn't a bad choice. I still think Nicole Hardman or Christian Kirk is a better choice, but this isn't a bad one either. Next, we're trading away a 71 overall left tackle and a 7th round pick for Darnell Mooney from the Bears, 75 overall. Hidden development, his hidden development is actually a star development, so I think he's a little bit better than Michael Pittman Jr., but I think Michael Pittman Jr. is, a little bit taller. I may be mistaken for that, but this guy is also a rookie, so that is something to keep in mind. But still, number 1 on my list is still going to be Nicole Hardman, just because he has 97 speed, a 78 overall, and he's super cheap to get. Same with Christian Kirk. Next, we're trading away for the big boy. This is a big boy right here. 95 overall Julio Jones with superstar X Factor for a 76 defensive tackle, an 80 defensive tackle, and a 30. Obviously, you can't get a superstar X Factor without trading a little bit more. But these defensive tackles, you should have a moderately decent defensive tackle if you're on any team in general, and you can pick one up from free agency, and of course you're going to have a 3rd round pick, so this would be a monster pickup for your team. Next, we're trading away Deshaun Jackson, who is aging. Yes, Deshaun Jackson is fast, but he will be around a 75 overall after 1 year. And Alshon Jeffrey, who will regress as well, for Russell Gage, who is a 75 overall and star development. And I believe he is an 85 overall punt and kick returner. So that's not bad either. He still isn't great. I believe he used to have superstar dev, but I think he only has star dev now. I want to check that out real quick, actually. That would actually be useful to know. And looking into it, yes, he only has star dev, which is a little bit disappointing, but I'm actually kind of okay with that. 24 years old as well, so this is definitely a young player. Next, we're trading away for a young player, and before you guys say anything, it's a 69 overall outside linebacker for 70 overall. Yes, 70 overall is low, but he has superstar development and is a 94 overall kick returner and punt returner. That is amazing to see. Yes, he is a 70 overall, but superstar dev, and he will be in his contract year, and it will be super cheap to re-sign him. You'll get. Oh, I had a voice crack there. You will have a receiver that is an absolute stud for the next few years. That is going to be really cheap because his contract will be super low because he has a 70 overall, and since he's a 70 overall, that will be a cheap contract. Now looking into it, Jamaal Agnew, superstar development. He is from the Lions, just to let you guys know, so he gets superstar abilities. And if we go into punt returner and kick returner, I believe he is a 94 overall, so you can get a 94 overall kick returner and punt returner with superstar development and can develop into a great receiver for a whole 69 overall right outside linebacker. Like, look at that. That's insane. That's probably one of my top picks if I had to choose. Next on our list, we're trading away 68 overall right outside linebacker, 73 overall strong safety, and a 6th-round pick for Curtis Samuel from the Panthers. 83 overall. I believe he's 23 years old, and he has star development. He is definitely another player on the top of my list. And Jamaal Agnew, Nicole Hardman, Curtis Samuel, and Christian Kirk are on my list. Mainly Christian Kirk because he is extremely cheap to get. Same with Jamaal Agnew. Super low deals, and he is another great player. Curtis Samuel, 24 years old. That's my bad. He will be in his contract here, though. Next, we are trading away Tony Jefferson, someone you can get from free agency, and a second-string free safety for Hunter Renfrow from the Las Vegas Raiders. So, the Las Vegas Raiders will give you Hunter Renfrow, who has star dev, and I believe he is 24 years old. He isn't a bad pickup. He isn't a great one. He's more of a route runner. He doesn't have too much speed. He definitely wouldn't be on my top of my list, but he is relatively easy to trade for, and he isn't a bad player overall. So, not a bad player. I guess it would be another person for you to pick up for long term. Next, we're trading away a left guard, 80 overall, and a 4th-round pick for a speed demon and a receiver in Devin Duvernay. Yes, he is a 71 overall, but he has 95 speed. Absolute speed demon here, and he has hidden dev, so he is a rookie. I believe he is 22 years old, and his hidden dev is actually star only, but I believe you can trade a little bit less than an 80 overall left guard. I believe you can trade a 75 overall left guard, and the Ravens will take it. So you do get this guy from the Ravens, just to let you guys know that. Next on our list, we're trading a 73 overall middle linebacker for 72 overall wide receiver, Deontay Harris, I believe. If I said his first name wrong, I'm sorry, but it's Harris. And don't just think, oh, he's a 72 overall. He's not going to be that great. He's not going to progress that well. He has superstar development, and he's another one of those punt returners. Super easy to trade for like Jamaal Agnew, but I personally prefer Jamaal Agnew. I believe he's a 90 overall punt returner and kick returner. Superstar development. He would be insane for your team. 22 years old. That is great. And it obviously starts off with an ability, and looking into special teams, if we refresh it, he has a 90 overall kick returner and punt returner. I personally prefer Jamaal Agnew, but he's still not bad. Next, we're trading away a right tackle, aging right tackle, who takes up a bunch of cap room for Deontay Harris from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Deontay Harris is a 79 overall star development wide receiver. I believe he is 24 years old. He's similar to a lot of the other guys that have been on this list, but he is still another great player that you should definitely consider picking up. Deontay Harris, star development. And I'm making sure that this is right. Yes, he does have star development. For some reason, I thought he may have had no development, but it's actually pretty good. He's a solid pickup. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, because I know I did. If you guys want me to do any other positions that you want me to be like the easiest kind of people to trade for in Madden franchise mode, let me know. It would definitely help. I kind of want to make this a series. Those were all the players. My top personal picks from all of that: Nicole Hardman, 97 speed, star development, 24 years old, insane. Jamaal Agnew, extremely cheap to get, and he's an amazing punt returner and kick returner. And number 3, I'm going to have to go with Curtis Samuel, 83 overall, star dev from the Panthers. Make sure you go pick them up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.